and everybody who loved her, yo. But she was, this is a loss for the culture.
For sure.
For sure.
Very well said. Like you said, a lot of our first crush, like, who didn't love Ananda Lewis?
Or
it was sad when that news came out. I guess you put it in the group chat. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was shocked to see that she was 51.
52.
why?
Or 52.
Because
she has that image of when we first saw her,
right.
and she still looked.
She still looked
beautiful
on the way out.
at all.
But yeah, I was like, God damn, we old,
nigga.
We are old now.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Scores and Assists, where we break down the latest headlines and bring you fresh takes on everything. Sports and culture, from trending news to game highlights and hot debates, we've got it all. Hit the subscribe button and stay in the loop. We just lost someone who defined a generation. Ananda Lewis wasn't just a beautiful face on MTV or BET, she was the voice of youth consciousness in the 90s. But what's truly heartbreaking isn't just her passing, it's how she passed. Why did a woman so beloved, so connected, feel she couldn't ask for help? Why did she choose holistic healing over chemo, even in stage 4? And what does it say about our healthcare system when someone like her faces treatment delays due to finances? This conversation is raw, respectful, and incredibly human. It's not just about Ananda, it's about the silent choices so many make in the face of illness. If you've ever delayed a doctor's visit or believed natural was always safer, you need to hear this. Stay, listen, reflect. This one matters.
Ananda Lewis passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Rest in
Really
peace.
sad.
Really
sad.
Really sad. For our generation in particular, she was it. For a lot of us, she was like our first
crush.
You know what I mean? She was dope. She was brilliant. She was beautiful. Howard alum. The West Coast girl, went out to Howard, came to New York and made a name for herself. Teen Summit was the big thing most of us know her for on BET. That was like the place where you learned about issues, and it was like the consciousness of BET, and she was the face of it, man. And she was so dope. And over the last 20 years, she's been a staple. And the thing I love about Ananda, and I got to know her in the last 5 years or so pretty well, is everybody, I ain't never heard a bad story about her. She's another one of the people like everybody loved Ananda. She was always so sweet, so generous. She opened doors for people. Even when she didn't have them open for her, she'd use whatever resource she had to make sure everybody else was good. And when she was fighting with cancer, which is what she ultimately died from, breast cancer, she always stayed optimistic. She stayed hopeful. I admired her as a mother, as a partner, as a human being. And so, shout out to her, sending love to her, condolences to her family, her son, and everybody who loved her, yo. But she was, this is a loss for the culture.
For sure.
For sure.
Very well said. Like you said, a lot of our first crush, like, who didn't love Ananda Lewis?
Or
it was sad when that news came out. I guess you put it in the group chat. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was shocked to see that she was 51.
52.
why?
Or 52.
Because
she has that image of when we first saw her, and she still looked.
She still looked
beautiful on the way out.
at all.
But yeah, I was like, God damn, we old,
nigga.
We are old now.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Totally a loss for. Shout out to the culture.
All of
And
that
I know
BET
everybody
shit
fuck
was a
up
long
out
time ago.
Yeah.
Like everything BET related
MTV.
that we remember, it was
It's
a long
like
time
30
ago.
years ago.
Because the
25
channel
years
has
ago.
drastically changed from what it used to be. So everything that we remember from BET is we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
So
Mel, you do a lot of work around women's health, and of course, Hot and Bothered covers these things. Is there anything we can learn from this?
So Ananda Lewis was very vocal about the fact that she was very hesitant to get mammograms. And so the average age that a woman is supposed to start getting mammograms is 40 years old, and it's an annual screening that you're supposed to get. There are some women, and Ananda was one of them, who are fearful of the amount of radiation, that is involved in the screening process. But the reality of the situation is that when you stand in front of a microwave, you're exposed to radiation. When you put your phone up to your head, you're exposed to radiation. And so by the time she was 47, and also she was of increased risk because I believe that her mom had breast cancer. This is something that I've been told. So she avoided getting them. And when she was about 47 years old, during a self-examination, that's when she started to find lumps. And so then she went to try to, to get a diagnosis, and she found out that she was either in stage 2. I want to say it was
she was
stage 2. It was
yep.
stage 2. Stage 2, you know, breast cancer is it's a precarious form of cancer. It can really go either way. But most of the medical community feels like this is the point in which you should start doing conventional forms of treatment, whether that's chemotherapy, radiation, et cetera, a combination of the two, whatever the case is. And Ananda did not want to do that. But in addition to that, more importantly, actually, is the fact that she ran into financial issues when it came to treatments, which really is like an indictment on our healthcare, system.
For sure.
But we all know this. But it's really, really sad to see somebody succumb to cancer based on a myriad of different things, but one of those factors being that she didn't feel like she could afford the treatments. The crazy part is if she had done a GoFundMe, she's so loved. So many people would have donated to that, but then there's pride and, not wanting
And part of it was she said she wanted to do homeopathic stuff. She wanted to do natural medicine.
She did.
Even in stage 4.
Yeah, she did. And that's a personal choice. A couple of her girlfriends, Sarah Sidner, who has also been documenting her breast cancer journey, they were talking about it on ABC News, and she read one of her girlfriends, what's her name? Stephanie Alam.
All CNN people, yeah.
Yeah, CNN. So she read her last text that said, my feeling on this. We all go. These bodies are on loan and must be returned. We come in love and choose to leave with love as well. I love you, my wonderful lifelong bestie of besties. And then Elam added, I love my girl, but she was hard-headed. She wanted to do things her way. So my advice is just to, if you have the opportunity to go get screenings, mammograms, especially if you are of increased risk, you got to get them. You have to get them. And also, I understand and appreciate that people want to do things, they may want to do things a little bit holistically, but you can't really challenge conventional methods at that point, especially when you have a young child, especially when you're a single mother and you have primary custody of that kid. Her child is like 4 or 5 years old. At that point, I feel like a lot of your desires or wants don't really kind of belong to you. You have to think about your kid first. That's just my thoughts.
Rest in peace.
No, you don't.
What? What?
I mean, I don't know if I want to go.
I threw the ball up. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, you threw that ball up. She ran to the concession stand to go eat. You did throw it in the air. You took 2 sips of tea. This nigga went right to the bathroom. Listen, I don't know that's true. I just don't. I don't know if I'm willing to stand on the ledge.
I'm not. I'm with you though. I agree with you, but I ain't really well.
Let's go.
No, you geeky, nigga.
I'm going down on my belief system, whatever that is.
Sure.
And I think you have the right to.
I think everybody
honestly.
has the right to go out on their own belief system.
There's a lot of people that also don't like the, also knowing people that have suffered from cancer, like that shit is, the treatment and that shit is
I understand.
fucking joke.
I watched my mom go through 2 different forms of cancer. She survived one and she died from the next one. I totally understand. And I totally understand that sometimes conventional methods don't fucking work because my mom died because things did not work. What I do know is that because I am of increased risk for colon cancer because that's what my mother died of, I am so diligent about going to get my colonoscopies.
That's good.
I literally have one scheduled in a month because I am diligent about that.
The question is there anything wrong if you don't want to do that?
No, nothing's wrong. I am single with no kids and no husband. So if I die, really, honestly...
And Daisy don't eat no way. Right, I get it.
Shut the fuck up.
Daisy's like, the shelter got better food. Right? Kibbles and bits. Right, every day.
Finally, the stupid brain coats are off of me.
There are...
Yo.
You bring me in on Friday, it's going to happen.
different ideologies with regards to healthcare, specifically cancer. So my aunt just passed away. Y'all know. Some people's reports are, the holistic route is the route, and then other people lean on conventional medicine. I think I think people's passion with regards to whatever they subscribe to is their own to have, and as a parent, we definitely want to put our kids first, but to your point, there was no guarantee if she took the conventional route that it would have ended in any different
You're
results.
right. There's absolutely there's no guarantee.
It also would have been probably brutal parenting through some of those processes. Like that shit it fucks you up.
Yeah.
She was left with rock hard place.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
a breast cancer diagnosis, that shit sucks. And then she had the misfortune of being diagnosed around the time the pandemic started. And so they were really not doing surgeries that were not completely life-threatening at that time. So that might have played another role and factor into,
and you
where
brought up
we've arrived.
finances. Finances might have played a really, really pivotal role.
Yeah.
New Joe Budden.